Hey Trailblazers, I needed a new project to work on, so I decided to pull for Boothill. I didn't actually need him because I have enough DPS in my roster, but the thing that drew me to Boothill is his gameplay. He has a very unique single target break effect damage profile that requires a lot of intricate gameplay to get the most out of him. And that got me really interested because unlike other damage dealers where you can kind of shut off your brain and just press the skills, with Boothill, you actually have to be very careful about target selection in your sequence. So that's the reason I pulled for Boothill. Before we jump into the MOC showcase, let me go over his build really quick. My Boothill is only E0, S0. Both his Lycone and E1 are huge upgrades. So if you want to go for them, they're definitely worth it. But I want to show that E0, S0 is still a pretty good build. By now, you probably heard that all you need to do is stack break effect and speed on Boothill. That's not 100% accurate. You do want to have some attack and crit. Even though his regular damage is not as much as his break damage, you still shouldn't completely ignore it, especially during the ramp up phase. So that's why I'm running a crit body chest and I'm running attack orb. At this point, I want to point out why S1 or E1 is really good. Notice that I didn't have the damage to kill off one of the side dogs, so I'm only at 2 trick shot stacks. If you had S1 or E1, you would be at 3 right now, and you'll be able to do more damage against the elites in the middle, and maybe even get a zero cycle on this first wave. Without S1 or E1, zero cycling is very hard. Instead of his signature Lycone, I'm running the Yangqing 4-star Lycone from MOC. You can also run his 3-star adversarial Lycone. Both give him speed. Because I'm running the -1 speed Bronya team comp, I prefer that Boothill gets his speed bonus immediately, whereas the adversarial Lycone only gives his speed bonus after a kill. The downside to the 4-star Lycone is that you don't want your Boothill to get hit or else your speed tuning gets messed up. So that's why I'm running Aventurine. A Japard should also work. At this point, I want to point out that during this fight, I've been using Aventurine to do the weakness break on the elite on the left. One of the intricacies of using Boothill is that because he's single target, every single turn matters a lot. And sometimes it's the right play to have your supports do the breaking and then have Boothill do the damage after the enemy is broken. This gameplay is also very important to your skill point management, especially if you're using Bronya. One annoying part about playing Boothill is that you have to apply his skill once before breaking and once after breaking. So you can save one skill point by having Boothill attack a already broken target. Skill point management really comes in play when you're using Bronya. That's why it's only really recommended to use Bronya if you have E1 S1 Bronya. Otherwise, your skill point economy is just really bad. And at that point, it's better to just run Harmony Trailblazer for the super break damage rather than trying to do extra turns with Bronya. At E0 S0, you can expect around 150 to 200,000 damage per attack in the Bronya team comp. But with Super Break and Harmony Trailblazer, you can expect 250 to 300k damage. But of course, you're getting less attacks. I want to emphasize again how important each one of Boothill's attacks is. He's single target damage, so each attack has to count. Each time your Boothill takes an action, he should either be breaking or attacking a weakness broken enemy. If he's taking 2 turns to break an enemy, you're probably not doing something right. And that's why Run Mei is so important to pair with Boothill because of her break efficiency buff. If you don't have Run Mei on your team, her replacement better be somebody who is really good at breaking the enemies that you're fighting. Let's talk about target selection real quick. On wave 2, I decided to target the elite on the left first. My plan going into this was to do 1 round of attacks on the elite and rely on the bleed dot from the weakness break to finish the elite off. And luckily it worked. It's not always obvious who the right target is for each attack. So Boothill is actually a character that rewards you for going back to the fight again to see if you can do it better the next time. You actually want to do a trial run to see what the fight is like. Learning a fight will let you get so much more out of your Boothill. This might be annoying for some people, but I enjoy how I get better at a character the more I play. And this is not the case for a lot of other characters where they just play the same every single fight. Lastly, there's a lot of chatter about you just want to get as much speed as possible on Boothill. That doesn't really make sense to me. You still care about those speed breakpoints that maximize your actions per cycle. In the case of Boothill, you want him to be 161 speed if you're running with Bronya, or 160 speed with Harmony Trailblazer. If you go over that, it doesn't help you that much. If you're running a speed light cone and you're running Runmei, you just need 138 speed on your character sheet to be able to hit 161 speed in the battle. Trying to go for 200 speed is not worth it if you're sacrificing break effect. Alright, that's all I got for today. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed this guide. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like my content, and see you next time.